Welcome to the Voice of Vicious podcast. Welcome to the Voice of Vicious. I am your host, Vanny Vicious. Guys, I'm sweating. Look at me on the microphone, bro. What the fuck? Bro.
So I would actually trust a girl that cheated on me and told me more than I would trust a girl that never did.
I don't know about all that. I can't agree with you there. I wouldn't stay with a motherfucker that cheated on me.
Hold on though. But what if me and you were dating? Hold on.
I agree with what you're saying about the trust thing. Like, obviously she's being honest, but
well, that's what it is. So it's like it's a natural human thing to make a mistake, especially a primal mistake like fucking another person. So if you just look at it like naturally, and like let's say me and you were together.
I don't think it's a mistake though. I think it's a choice that you made to hurt the other person that you committed to be with.
That's a woman way to look at it. It's not to hurt the other person. I've never cheated on a girl because I wanted to.
But you're not to hurt her, but you know that if she found out, it would hurt her. So you're making a choice that is like,
yeah.
But here's the thing: but women want stability and they want to feel safe. And the moment that you step out of your relationship and you're making a conscious choice that you know is going to hurt this person, she's no longer going to feel safe or stable in the relationship. So the whole dynamic's going to change now. Like you want peace from a woman. She wants stability. She no longer feels safe. Now you don't get peace, motherfucker, because you know she's going to bring that shit up every chance she gets. And now the whole dynamic changed.
I mean, again, this goes back to the dominance thing. It depends on how you address it. If me and you are dating and I sit down and we have a happy relationship and I went to do a podcast with someone in Vegas and I just like got super fucked up, took a bar or whatever, and I just like fucked some girl and I made a mistake, right? And I come home, we're sitting down and we're chilling. You know, a night or two goes by. I'm not gonna tell you right away. It's stupid to do, but if we're just chilling and I'm like, hey, I have to talk to you. And you're like, what is it? And I'm like, let's just go for a walk. Let's just go on the beach. Let's just go for a walk. I just need to
love how you're setting up the whole scene. Let's just go for a walk.
Or whatever. No. I'm not trying to glorify it. I'm not trying to glorify it. It could be like, we're watching American Horror Story. We could be on the couch. Doesn't matter. But like, look at me. I want to talk to you. I have to tell you something. When I went to do that podcast, this girl, her name's fucking, this actually happened for Serena. I cheated and I it was just a lapse of judgment. It wasn't anything like malice towards you. And that's the thing too, like when people cheat, it's not malice, it's just a primal like little get up. It's not like no one ever cheats on anyone because they want to fuck someone over. They usually do it secretively, so that doesn't even make sense to say that that's the case. But if I
I didn't mean to hurt someone, but you know that it's going to hurt them.
Right. But I mean, that's the case with a lot of things. Like, I mean, I shelter my kids too much sometimes. That could hurt them. You know, it's not always malice, and it doesn't always need to be penalized, you know? Or like me talking about white.
Yes, but sheltering your kids is because you're trying to protect them. Cheating on your person that you're with is just because you're a selfish fuck.
Okay. Well, at the same time, I could say, well, my mom got raped when she was little, so she told me to be very wary of strangers more than I should have been. But now I really am, and it actually is beneficial to me. Actually, it's a weird. That's not a good analogy. But anyway, I'm saying if we're dating, and I sit down on the couch and I'm like, listen, I need to tell you something. I love you. We had I had a lapse of judgment. I fucked up. I literally made a mistake. I don't want you to find out on your own. And it's different if there's a threat of you finding out from the girl. It has to be genuine. Like, I just want to tell you, I cheated, and I'm not saying I'm gonna make a habit of it. I'm not saying I'm never gonna do it again. But I'm just saying, like, it wasn't personal, and I just want you to know that I did it, so you have the freedom to leave me if you want to. That to me is more real than like most shit, dude. It really is.
I'm not debating you on the fact that being honest is the best policy. I'm not saying that.
But you're debating me on the fact that if you make a mistake in a relationship, you should leave them.
Personally, because that's not a mistake. That's a choice.
No, it is. It is a mistake.
It's a choice that turned into it's a choice that you made. You gained some post-nut clarity. Now you're like, oh shit, I made a mistake. Let me tell my girl.
Clarity is not going to make a guy confess willingly without any coercion whatsoever.
I don't know. All the girls in the chat are agreeing with me right now.
Listen. Post-nut clarity happens before I even sit on the couch with you. That ain't gonna make me tell you the truth. Post-nut clarity is a horrible argument for that. That's not going to do Personally, my point is that it must have bothered you enough to tell me when I didn't have to know it. That's huge. Like, that is huge. Like we've all been in relationships where we had to dig it out of somebody. And it's like, dude, if you just
Yeah.
tell me the truth, I'll stay with you. Let alone if you do it when I'm not even expecting it. It's like you didn't even like you just almost fucked our night up. Like
I
holy
mean,
shit. That's like super honest. I'd rather you do that.
per-
It's like you're making a human mistake. It's like whatever, you know?
personally, I would say thank you for being honest. No thanks. I'm out. Like
Really? Okay, then you're not a
personally.
psychopath,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah. I
Then you're not a
wouldn't.
psychopath. I thought you were, but that made
I
me realize
wouldn't.
you're not. Because my
Well,
dad fucked my baby mama, and I didn't think of it as personal at all. I really didn't. I
that's
was like, you
wild.
had a nah, but at the same time, my mom had just died, and the baby mama in question was a dancer, and it was like I don't know. It was just like
At work or something. I don't like.
it was
I
like
just.
it was like one of those things where it's like their paths crossed, and like I understood. And I understand human nature because I'm a psychopath, so I don't have empathy, but I have cognitive empathy. So I understand that sometimes we do things, or sometimes other people do things that it could feel personal, but realistically, it's like it's not. Like even in this case, like my dad fucked my baby mama. I'm sure actually I could take it personally by being like, wow, that made it more exciting for him. Because like everyone knows like that's an exciting
Yeah.
like cheating is exciting. Like you can't deny that, you know? So it's like especially if it's taboo like that. Like my dad fucking my baby mom, I'm sure it was like, ooh, this is wrong, so it feels better. But I understand that it was just like that's the way you felt about it, but you didn't necessarily want like my dad wasn't like I want Jackson to be fucking pained by this because they tried to hide it.
I yeah,
They
I
tried
know
to
what you're
hide it,
saying, but it's
you
like
know. But if he came to me and told me like, "Hey, man, I'm so fucking sorry. I really fucked up, dude. I fucked your baby mama. I'm fucking terribly sorry. I didn't." That would have made a bigger impact to me than if I would have found out. And even when I found out, I just didn't think it was personal. I was like, "You just did some primal shit, and it was just like a dumb thing, and you just made a." It's like why is the mistake not the same? It's like almost like the same thing I use with like children, like when my kids have friends over, I always tell them like you're not gonna get in trouble for accidents here. You shouldn't be judged off the expense of the accident. So if you break a candle or if you break my flat screen, either way, if it was an accident, it's an accident, and I'm not going to punish you based on the price of that accident. That's
but
weird.
that's it. But that's what I'm saying. That is an accident. If you bump
Cheating
into a
can be an
TV,
accident.
if
It
you
can be
are
accidental.
if you are
There is the
no,
scenario where
you
everybody
don't
would cheat. You do.
don't
You can.
accidentally fall into someone's pussy. That does not
You can.
happen
No.
accidentally. That
Okay.
takes
You're not gonna. Come on. You're not gonna trip
you
and fall into it.
if you
Obviously.
bump if you bump into a fucking TV by mistake walking and the
You've never.
TV
Hold on.
falls
Have you ever
over,
cheated on
that's an
somebody?
act.
Be honest. Have you ever
Never,
cheated? Okay,
never.
I have, and I can tell you truthfully, and I believe this when girls say it to me. I've never once cheated. Like, this is notorious that people would cheat on people that are less attractive than the person they're with. That is not a personal thing. It is a mistake. It is something that is unfortunate. It shouldn't have happened. You made a mistake. You're a human being, and it is what it is. Like, if a girl cheats on me, I think the same thing. I'm like, I don't necessarily think you did that because this motherfucker is gonna pay for your fucking phone bill and your car insurance like I do for every girl I'm with. But I understand that like that had nothing to do with it. Like it's like because if that wouldn't make any sense. It's like why would you fuck this dude who's never gonna talk to you again? Who's not? It's like obviously you didn't do it to just severely hurt me intentionally. You just did it. You just fucking made a mistake. You know what I mean? It's kind of ironic that a psychopath can be more empathetic by definition by being able to remove the emotion. Ain't that interesting? Because I'm not just saying this, by the way. Like I actually wouldn't be offended by it. But again, I
Wait,
would be.
your sound is fucking up again. I don't know what happened. It sounds very can't hear shit.
I think I put my phone in. Well, again, it depends on if I find out about it in a
Wait,
fucked
wait,
up
wait.
way.
You're okay now. Your sound is back.
You
All
know?
right.
Again, it makes a huge difference how I find out about it. So if I have to if you're this is my thing. I think cheating is not as bad as lying. I think lying is worse than cheating. I really do.
I think
If you
it's.
if you
I
if
mean,
no, if you cheat and you're honest, we can work it out. We can figure it out at least. We have a template to figure it out. But if you're fucking just like deceitfully dishonest about it, that you could have actually been blacked out and fucked up. But if you go around it and lie about it, I'd rather you be like, I'd rather you have planned. That's another thing. If you plan it, like I think affairs are different too. By the way, like if you have an affair, it's like you're actively like the Coldplay thing. Like you
yeah.
had plenty of times. You know, you had more time to think about that. But if you just like are out one night and like I'm not there, and you're like, there's a perfect scenario where everybody would cheat. There really is.
Listen, people
There is.
people cheat, yes, but everyone has a choice whether to
I
stay with
know,
that
but
person
you
or
can't
not.
say, but you
And
can't say,
personally, my choice would be go fuck that bitch then.
yeah, but
And
I
I
don't
just
want
looked
to. I
up.
just
Hold
did,
on.
and I made a
I just
mistake, and I apologize for it, and it'll never
now that
happen
I
again.
did it, and you're
Well, let me
hurt
ask you
about
this. Let me
it,
ask you
I
this. Let me ask you
realize
this.
I
Let
don't
me ask you
want
this.
to. So baby, come back. Like
Okay, let me
no.
ask you this. Let me ask you this.
I just asked
Regardless
ChatGPT,
if
by the
you,
way. I just asked
regardless if you,
ChatGPT, why do men cheat and why do women cheat?
I think women cheat for more of a diabolical reason than men.
Diabolical. Women cheat, generally speaking, because of emotional disconnection or neglect, desire for romantic fulfillment, so someone who listens to them more, whatever, revenge, sometimes in response to betrayal or previous cheating.
It's all valid. Like that's valid shit.
Men cheat because of lack of sexual variety or excitement to
That's valid
validate
too.
their ego or because of poor impulse control.
Yeah, that's all valid. Like those are all valid reasons to
So
cheat.
you can't say I
I'm not
wanted
saying it's
to,
right. I'm saying it's
but
valid.
here's the thing: like it's like, oh, it's a mistake, but it's like it's not a mistake, and it's not accidental to be like, oh,
It
I crave novelty, so I'm gonna cheat,
okay.
or I
Okay.
want
It's
to
not
seek
okay. Okay. Okay.
external
Okay. Hold on.
validation.
It's
I'm
not.
gonna
It's
seek
not. It's
external
not. It's
validation
not.
to
This
feed
is.
my
This is.
ego.
It's not
The reasons
accidental.
for cheating are completely different. So you can't say like it's a mistake. Like men are wired.
Wait a
Like
minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Accidental and mistake are different. Accidental is like
okay,
I accidentally fell into her pussy. So like obviously it's not accidental,
all
but it
right.
is just
Here's the thing,
it is a human
but
mistake.
that
It's a lapse in
but it goes.
judgment, dude.
I'm not saying that men can't cheat and then say, "Oh fuck, I made a mistake." That is very possible.
Yeah, I mean
The
it is a
regret
mistake.
is
I
very
definitely.
possible. Yes, and I'm not denying that. I'm not saying like, "Oh, you're gonna cheat and not even regret it." You're lying. Like, no, you can cheat and fucking regret it and feel like an asshole and be like, "I made a mistake." But the reason that men cheat is to validate their ego and their masculinity and because they're fucking bored. The reason women cheat is because of more emotional things and they feel neglected
See, I
or
don't
like
know
you're
about the
not paying
women thing.
attention to.
I don't know about the women thing, but what you just said with why women cheat, I would assume that's why. But I'm not a woman, so I don't know. But I would assume that's why.
But
Like
that's
I would
why. But
think
that's what I'm saying.
like no girl is
If
gonna
a,
cheat on me because like they're just not gonna need to, you know. But again, that's like my job to take care of that. And if they do, like you know, maybe. So I think there is some scenarios where like a wife cheats and it's like you know, it's like well you weren't paying enough attention to me. It's like well you still cheated. It's like well at the same time like she kind of does in a way have a point. Like to an extent, like, dude, if you just deny her dick for 5 months, and it's like, come on, dude, like, be reasonable about it. Like,
but
don't
that
act
goes
like that's
back.
not it is a human impulse, though.
But
It's
that goes
human.
back to it. It goes back to what women want and what men want. What women want is security and
Okay, but
safety. And the moment
I can speak to what
let me finish. The moment that they don't feel safe or secure in their relationship anymore, or that shit is not stable, yes, then they start to feel emotionally neglected and whatever. And then
so what
that's
you're
when they
saying
would
is that it's
cheat.
more personal. It's more
But
personal when
if
women cheat. It
right,
is.
but if men cheat, you are fucking up the stability that woman felt for you.
Oh yeah, no, for sure, and that could make her cheat.
So
You got to deal with that. Then that's valid too. But I'm just saying,
exactly. So that's why I said like the whole thing changes, like the whole dynamic. You guys could have had a great relationship, and the moment somebody cheats, that shit changes. It doesn't matter like how cool you are, how fucking tight you are, how
but it
open you
does
are, how
depend.
honest.
But it depends on the way it changes based on how you deal with it and how accountable you are. You know, it really does. Like you know, like everyone makes mistakes, and you can't say cheating isn't a mistake. It's the same thing as if you like, oh, I'm a sober and I slip up and have an alcohol. I drink alcohol. That's not like, oh, that was a fucking conscious choice. It's like, not really, dude. I was just at the bar and I fucked up. I had a lapse in judgment that led to another lapse, and you know, it's not like I don't know. I just don't think it's personal. I really don't. I
Yeah.
just don't. I
I
don't find it to be
also look
personal. I think people
like
take
there's a
it way more
comment
personally than it needs to be.
like there's a comment in here that says I deny sex. He doesn't get it because he's an ass. Like you're gonna get cheated on.
You're getting cheated on. Yeah, 100%. I'm cheating
Like
on you for sure.
you like
I'm gonna think about it while you say that shit to me, actually. But
yeah,
like,
like
and
he's an
that's a
ass
choice.
in what
That's a choice.
like And then her staying with him being an ass is also a fucking choice. So now you're like staying with this person who you believe is an ass, and then when they cheat on you, you're gonna get fucking mad
See, but
after admitting that
there's
you
certain
denied
scenarios.
sex from somebody.
There's certain scenarios where it helps the relationship. It's like, damn, like I cheated, I fucked up, I came. Like if a girl comes to me and she's like, hey, you just are always writing books. You never hang out with me, and I fucked up and I cheated. I'd be like, whoa, dude. I didn't realize like that was a thing. Like, well, I want to see what he looked like. Like, I'm gonna ask you some. I'm gonna interrogate you for sure. Like, let me see. It's like, huh, okay. If he was just like, it's like if he didn't look as good as me, and I'm like, I can see like your point. I can take my emotions completely out of it and just be like, I see why you would do that. Like, and I don't really care. It's like I think most people should. I think that's why I try to tell people like psychopathic tendencies are not always bad. Like they're really like sometimes they work in your favor. Actually, you know, I've had a lot of girls where it worked.
Well, it would obvious like being a psychopath or having those tendencies would obviously work because it would protect you from feeling pain or like
But
something, whatever.
that doesn't mean that it's not good advice for somebody. Because I could give a lot of people actually come to me for advice because I'm a psychopath. They'll be
But if
like,
you didn't, but
how do
if
you
you
deal with
didn't
this?
care, but if you didn't care if somebody cheated on you, why would you want to see what they look like?
What do you mean?
Like you just said, if somebody told me that they cheated, I'd be like, let me see what this guy looks like. I would want to see like why would you want to know?
It's a testament to your intention. So if like if someone more attractive than me, then I could use logic and be like, you want someone other than me, which is a different thing versus like this is clearly just like a dumb thing you did. It's the same thing when a guy fucks a girl that's uglier. Girls will get madder about that sometimes, and it's like that's
Mhm.
clearly different than him fucking someone that looks better than you, is it not? Because like if he cheated on someone that looks better than you, then that's because he finds her more attractive. You know what I
Why is
mean?
that a thing? Like, why do guys always fucking cheat with girls that
This
look
is
like
literally
shit,
what I'm talking about. This is literally what
bro?
I'm talking about. It's just a lapse in judgment. It's a lapse in judgment. It's a mistake. Guys, they make mistakes, and so do girls. And I don't think I just think a lot of relationships end, and it's just not necessary. I don't think there's any 80. Let me ask you this: do you think there's any 80-year-old couple rocking on the rocking chairs, and they're like, we've never hurt each other? That's not real, and you know that's not real. Two people that are if me and you are dating,
Hurting each other is different.
no, it's not different. It's not different. Cheating is part of that's just like
No, to me,
I'm not
listen.
saying it exists in every relationship. I'm saying though there's no couple on rocking chairs that are like we have never hurt each other ever. And cheating is a part of hurting someone. It's the same thing as lying, it's the same thing as deceiving,
Yeah,
same thing as
but I
taking
don't.
money out of the bank account, it's the same fucking thing. It's just like there's no people that are sitting on rocking chairs like, "Oh, we're here, we're together because we
Mm-mm,
never hurt each other." No, they're together because they forgave each other.
mm-mm.
Yes, they
Yeah,
are.
I'm not saying, okay, they can be together. I'm not a part of that equation, but
Okay, well
I'm
then
not
you'll be on
saying
a
that,
rocking chair alone at that point because everybody's gonna hurt you, but that's not what it's about. It's about
but
who's worth
I'm not
being
saying
hurt
that.
over.
I have forgiven people for hurting me in other ways, but cheating is something that I won't forgive.
That's just crazy though. Like you just said you'd forgive murder to an extent. You know what I mean? It's kind of interesting. You did. You sat there like Dexter. You're like, yeah, well, maybe. You know what I mean? Like
If
that's
if it's
just like a biased
Dexter,
thing.
that's a good cause.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it
That
could be a
is
good
for the
cause too.
greater
Like
good.
it could be a good
De-
cause. Like, hey, you weren't fucking, so I didn't have a choice. I mean, I didn't want to break up with
De-
you and go
the
fuck a
people
new
that
girl, but I just figured I'd cheat
listen,
instead.
Dexter is killing people for the greater cause of the
Okay,
community
but you
and
could also,
humanity.
it sounds weird, but you could also cheat for the greater cause.
Oh my God. Every
You
girl in
could.
this chat's
No,
gonna
seriously.
start telling you shit.
No, seriously. I have been in relationships where I just wanted to break up with the girl. And I'm like, you know what? I know she'll be in shambles after this, so I'm just gonna blow some steam off and then I'm just not gonna break up with her. And I'm gonna tell her that I did it. And it's like she has the option, you know? And that's always actually went pretty well. And again, there's a certain degree I don't think you're realizing that it's like if you are abusing it, we're not gonna be able to like come to an agreement, bro. Like you're abusing it. You know what you're doing, you know? But when
But
it
that's
comes
the
to
thing
like
too, though. It's like, look, most guys that cheat don't cheat once.
that's true. I
If
mean,
you
yeah, no, that's true.
So
That's true.
like at that point, it's like, okay, I forgave you once, you motherfucker, and now you did it three
Again,
more fucking
hold on
times.
though. Hold
Like,
on though. But hold on though. So let me ask you a question. So let's say, would you rather be with, let's say, like your last relationship, and like you don't know that he cheated, but you don't know, right? or someone that like, hey, I fucked up and I'm gonna tell you to your face that I did it and I'm gonna be accountable for it. Like, who are you at least gonna respect more? And like, like, let me ask you this: like, you like two past relationships, right? Let's say your last boyfriend, and that's just like me and you, and it's like one guy was like, yo, hey, I fucked up and I cheated and I apologize, and this last guy just didn't work because you like didn't believe him and he was like kind of like shady. Who would you end up getting with? You know how you get back with an ex? Like, who'd you get back with first? You'd probably get back with the guy that
I
cheated.
wouldn't get back with either.
But
I wouldn't get
if you
back
had
with
to
either.
choose, but if you had to choose, you would get back
But
with the
that's
guy that cheated and was honest because he didn't have to be.
no.
He didn't have to be. That was a
First of all,
selfless decision.
there's no scenario where I would have to choose between a shitty person and a shittier person.
Okay,
There's
we
no
know
scenario.
that, obviously.
So
We know. All right,
I wouldn't choose. I wouldn't choose the guy that I felt was shady because that would make me uncomfortable because I would always be wondering if the motherfucker's shady.
If you had to choose, that's
I
another question I have for you. If you no.
if I if I had to
If you
if I
had to,
had to choose, okay, if I had to choose, I would
the
choose the
honest
person that
cheater or the shady, questionable guy?
the shady, questionable guy.
That's crazy because he
I
could be
would
cheating
what?
more. He's probably
Okay,
cheating more.
but
Like,
and eventually I will find out and I'll cut that motherfucker off too. But the guy that admitted to me that he
but that's
cheated,
more
yes.
dishonest.
Wait, let
But
me.
hold on. Wait. Hold on. That's more dishonest. You're saying both of these guys did the same thing, and one of them I had to dig it out of. But I'd rather be
No,
with the
but
guy. I'd
no,
rather dig it
we
out of this
don't.
guy.
No, but we don't. First of all, we don't know if the guy number one did the same thing because he didn't say anything. You said questionable,
All
so that's what I'm going off of.
right.
Hold on. Question. Wait, let me finish.
All right.
Questionable guy. I wouldn't know, but eventually I would find out because everything comes to the fucking light. The other guy, I would respect the fact that he told me the truth. Yes, but would I tolerate that? No.
I doubt it.
Someone said you're saying you would rather be lied to and cheated on. Okay, we're not saying that we know for sure the guy is lying or cheating. We're saying it's questionable and it has a weird vibe. Eventually, I would find out. And like I said, I wouldn't be with either one. But if I had to choose, gun to my head, for whatever reason Jax is saying, then I would choose the guy that I don't know yet if he cheated. And then once I found out, I wouldn't be with him. Jack's phone froze again. We've been on this for 2.5 hours. But look at what ChatGPT says. Men cheat to add something. Sex or thrill. Women cheat to replace something missing. You'd rather have suspicions than honesty. Sure. Yeah. Suspicions are just speculation. We don't know shit. I'm too hot to settle for anything less than I deserve. Preach, girl. Preach. Preach. He'll be back. His phone probably rang or died or something. If you get back with a cheater, you don't love yourself. I'd rather have all the information. Then you'd rather stay with a cheater. Then you gonna get cheated on continuously, boo.
Oh.
Thanks for joining us.
Oh wow, my phone died. This is the thing, and I'll say it like this. Like I told my 10-year-old like I think it's like you could like what if and I think when you say things like, oh, well, if a guy cheats once, he cheats all the time. I don't necessarily think that about a girl though. Like I think if they cheat once, I think if you're with a good girl and she's not a cheater, like again, like you got to come to like the realization that's like, it's like not someone who's like clear. Like I think you're discombobulating with someone who's like a serial cheater. Like obviously, like you're a fucking whore. That's a different scenario. But I'm talking about like if my daughter comes to me and she's 10 and I've thought about this. If she I have two, but like my oldest one I think about more because she's older, obviously. So if she comes to me when she's older and she's like, hey dad, Brad, my husband Brad, he went to Vegas, I'm pretty sure he fucking cheated. I'd be like, are you happy? Are you happy? Ask him. If he lies, leave him. If he doesn't, stay with him. Like he made a mistake. Like, and if you do it, he should give you the same fucking grace. You should give you the same thing. I would want someone to do the same thing to my daughter, and I'd want someone to do the same thing to my son. It's like I'm not.
To be
It's like it's not unnatural for you to make a mistake. It doesn't mean you are a piece of shit who's unredeemable because you cheated. And I'm not like condoning cheating either. I'm just saying like it's just not like it's not detrimental to a lifelong relationship with somebody. It's really not. It's just
it
like
is to some
it's a
people.
speed to some people if they choose for it to be, but it's also just a speed bump. And there's also scenarios where people forgive each other and then they stay together forever. Is that
Yeah,
not true? So
there
I'm saying
are.
like so I'm not saying like
I'm not saying it's
your
impossible.
way
I'm
isn't
not saying
necessarily right, you know?
I'm
Neither
just
is mine,
saying
but
that's how I am. If someone cheated on me, my ego is way too large to fucking forgive that shit. I'm like, sorry, gotta go because I know this shit's fire. And for you to
see, I
cheat on
hear
me,
that because
you're a
see,
dumbass. You're a dumbass, and you don't
but see,
deserve
that's
me.
why I would understand it more. I'd be like, you cheated on me. What the fuck are you like? You must be tripping. Like I would assume I would that
Hmm.
would help my case, your case, just me knowing who I
But
am. I'd be like,
like,
you must be tripping. Like
this
that's
is what
clearly you
ChatGPT
don't have to
says.
tell me that's a lapse in judgment. I know.
This
You know
is
what
the
I
thing
mean?
though. ChatGPT says men cheat to add something, some sort of thrill to their fucking life, and women cheat to replace something that's missing.
Actually, I believe that. I do believe that.
So that's what
And
I'm
I think they're
saying.
both
Like,
equally wrong though. Like they're both equally wrong and they're both equally redeemable. Like they're both reasonable. Those are reasonable reasons. Like, I'm
I
not
just
saying it's
think,
right, but just like it's not right to kill
yeah.
someone, there is a reasonable scenario where you could, unjustifiably
I'm
kill.
I'm not even saying, look, I'm not saying, oh, look, if your man ever cheated, fuck him and like, fuck that motherfucker. Don't ever speak to him again. Whatever. Everybody, I don't give a
I'm
fuck
saying
what
you
everyone
couldn't.
else is doing. Me, I couldn't. I would think about it constantly. I would worry that they're going to do it again. I would
But
be
you're
like,
gonna do
why
that
am I giving?
anyways. You're gonna do
And
that
I'd be like,
anyways. At
what?
least you could trust
Yeah,
this
but
guy
like
though.
knowingly, I'd be like, why am I like giving? Because the thing is, I'm a fucking giver in relationships. Like, I am like, okay, we're together.
Not
Like,
a
so if I'm giving my fucking life to you in that way and you fucking cheat on me with some raggedy asshole from down the fucking street, I'm gonna be like, this don't make no fucking kind of sense and you're retarded and now I can't be with you because you're clearly fucking retarded. Like I
Let me
just
ask you a question. Let
like
me ask you a question. If you make a, do you feel like if you're in a relationship with a guy, yes or no? If you're in a and I know you won't say yes or no, you're gonna like have to like add. But
because
if you're in a relationship with a guy and you make a mistake and it's a real mistake and you love the guy and you don't want to, it was just a real mistake you made, like a human being mistake. Do you think he should forgive you?
what kind of mistake?
Doesn't matter.
Cheat?
Doesn't
Cheat?
matter. Doesn't matter. Whatever you want it
It
to be.
depends on the
No,
fucking
no, 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 no,
severity of
no.
the
Whatever,
mistake.
no, whatever. No, no, no. It doesn't. Whatever you want it to be. You made a mistake
It's
that he did.
not the same.
You did
Again,
something. You did something that he
there's a
didn't like. No, 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 no. It was a mistake, and you did something he didn't like. Would you like for him to forgive you if you want the forgiveness?
Of
Would you
course,
want
but
that
there's
from
a
him?
spectrum of mistakes. There's a spectrum for everything. Like I said, there's cheating, and then there's like replying to an ex that texted you, and then there's liking a picture on Instagram, and you know he wasn't gonna like that, and then there's like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a
Yeah, but
spectrum
they're the
of shit.
same thing. They're the same thing, but you just take them personally on different levels. They're the same thing.
Well, I'm not a
Texting
psychopath,
your ex,
so
text,
I'm gonna take shit personally. Like what the
yeah.
fuck?
But I'm saying that I mean I would just say to put some thought into that. Like that might not be the way. Like I'm saying I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just telling you to think about it.
But that's the thing. Like I said, like when I'm in a
Like a
relationship, I'm a
marriage
hundred
isn't
percent.
irredeemable because of a cheating scenario on either end. It's not like
That's
it's
dependent
impossible.
on the two people that are in that marriage.
Yeah, and if
That's
they're
not
both
me. But that's not me though. That's
well,
what I'm
that
saying. Like
might be something you could improve in. Like I'm not saying like,
I'm
oh, you
good.
can just openly be cool with cheating.
I'm good with that. I don't need to improve
You've
on
been
that.
cheated on a
I'm
shitload,
fucking
I can
good.
tell.
I've
Yeah,
actually that I
you
know of. No, I haven't. I've never been cheated on that I know of.
I'd rather know that I was cheated on than to wonder. That's what I mean.
The thing is, like, if I have to
I'll
wonder,
trust
I
you if you
shouldn't.
told me.
I wouldn't. The thing is, like, if
But you
I'm with someone
always
and
will
I'm
wonder. Don't
wondering,
lie. You're a no, no, no. You're a woman. You will always assume. If
it
that nigga ain't
depends.
with
It
you,
depends on.
nah. You,
It depends, but it depends. Look, if I'm with somebody who communicates openly and like whatever, like I and I'm like, okay, I could trust him until you give me a reason not to trust you, and then once that's gone,
well,
I can't
wait
trust
though.
you.
Wait though. What if the reason not to trust you is a more of a reason to actually trust you? Because if a girl gives me a reason not to trust her, like cheating, But I had no idea it even happened. And she's like, hey, I need to tell you something. Like, I just want to sit you down and tell you on my own free will. You don't got to dig it out to me. This ain't no take it to the grave. You don't got to fucking, you had no idea. You believed that I was at Sarah's house. But I don't care. I just want to tell you because it bothers me. The essence of that means that it bothered you so much that I highly doubt you're going to do it again. More than I do a random girl. Like, you get with anybody and you're always
The thing
assuming they
is,
might cheat. Be honest
the
though.
thing
If you're
is,
get with a
if
random guy, you're always like he could cheat. You're always worried about it. It's always like a
I've
thing.
just,
It's a human thing. But if
yes,
they've
but I've
already told you the
also,
truth about it, you're like, well, at least I can trust you that you would tell me, so I don't have to wonder if you would now. It's weird, but it's you see what
yeah,
I'm
but
saying?
then you're also like waiting for the next time he tells you the truth that he did it again. You
Not
forgive someone for shit,
not
they
as
keep
much.
doing it.
No, not as much as you're willing to find out the other person did cheat, though. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know.
Like, I think I'd be more like, oh, when am I going to find out this bitch is being a slut? Versus, like, if she already told me she made a mistake, I highly doubt she's going to do it again. Like, she told me that knowing I could have broken up with her right now. Like, she risked our whole foundation because she felt guilt. And if you
I
feel
don't know.
guilt, that is a good representation. Having cognitive empathy, if a other, I don't have any guilt, but if a girl shows guilt, and by the way, I would do this just performatively. Like I would do it kind of like I have this like weird thing where like sometimes I do things that don't benefit me, but I do it just to like prove I'm a good guy, you know? But it's like the action is what matters, you know? No, I'm not even lying though. It's like the action is what matters, you know? So it's like I don't really give a fuck if you care or if you're hurt or anything like that, but I just want to like come off better. And it's like sometimes people will be like, "Oh, that's fucking psychopathic," but it's like that's funny because everyone says actions speak louder than words, but they don't correlate that with psychopaths. Every other scenario, just like the white guilt thing, like they put this on every other scenario. But if you're a psychopath, it doesn't count. But it's like really, like like a lot of girls will be like, oh, like they'll be like, I'll tell them like, hey, I could never love you the way you love me, but like my way of loving you is I'd rather you be here than not. And that's true.
Uh,
Like that's just true. And they'll be like, that's fine. And then later down the line, they'll be like, oh, I just fucking feel this so hardly about you, and I know you can't feel that way. And it's like I already told you that though. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
like my actions actually are better than the guy who feels a lot about you because he makes emotional decisions and I don't. You know, like the non-psychopath is actually more likely to cheat on you because I'm worried about my image towards you, so I'm always going to stay in the house. I just stay in the house naturally too. I don't really go out. I've
Yeah,
never been a public
but
figure.
men that are not psychopaths can do the same thing, like not necessarily
Yeah,
feel
no, they can.
guilty, but they want to tell you, "Oh, I'm going to tell you the truth because I'm a good guy. Look at me. I'm a good guy. I'm telling you the truth." Like anybody can do
Well,
that. You don't have
you
to be a
can't really
psychopath,
fake that. No, you can't really fake that.
but you
Like
don't
if a
have to be a
girl,
psychopath to be
no, no,
manipulative.
no, you're right, you're right. But I'm saying if a girl cheats on me and she tells me willingly, that's like a testament to loyalty to me. That means you fucked up and you were willing to risk to spare my hurt or whatever it is. Do you understand how heroic it actually is though? To not hide it and to come forward with it. No one wants to say that out loud. No one wants to address something they did wrong. You know, there's things that you've done wrong
Yeah.
that you won't even say on this podcast. But if someone, same with me, but if there's someone that cheated and they came and told you on their own free will, that's the important part. And I want to make that very clear. If this bitch lies, you're fucking cooked. You're cooked. You're getting put in a barrel. You're cooked. But if you tell me the truth, it's like it's really hard not to just trust you more because like you didn't even have to tell me that. Like you could have spared that and like I would have never known. But that
I think
so that means the only reason you told me is because you actually felt guilt. And I can recognize guilt. I don't feel any remorse or guilt, but I can fucking recognize it very clearly, actually. More than I've seen most people recognize it, actually. Like when my dad said, I'm sorry for fucking your baby mama, I believed him. I really did believe him, and no one else did. But I was like, I believe him. I just believe him because I have cognitive empathy, and cognitive empathy is stronger than real empathy because real empathy is mixed with real emotion, and that clouds your judgment. Like every murder and most crimes are committed off emotional, or I would say most murders. You know what I mean? Like it's just like that. You know the number one cause of deaths in pregnant women? It's
what
murder.
pregnant women.
Yes, the number one cause of death for pregnant women is getting murdered. See
Mm,
what I'm saying? That's
I
them
didn't know that.
projecting hormones and guys reacting to it. I mean, it's an emotional thing. I mean, why would that not be the case with women that aren't pregnant? You see,
I don't know.
shit like that.
Okay, well, with the cheating and non-cheating and whatever, we're gonna have to agree to disagree from a person who's not a psychopath woman to a psychopathic man.
But I understand that you disagree. I'm just asking you
the
to
girl. Listen, it's not just me.
In the future,
the girls in the chat are agreeing with me. I don't see many guys in here, but
they would all forgive me, and so would you, though. So
I wouldn't. Like, maybe they would. I don't know. Ladies, let us know in the comments if you would forgive him for cheating on you, if he was honest.
Another thing, though, I think it's also like it's a very like complex situation, because it's like, if I'm with someone, they know that I don't have any like. I do see you saying it as in a way, it's like you cheated on this bitch emotionally, like you connected with this girl, which I don't do that. Like I could be with someone, I've been with a girl for a year and a half and I have no emotions having sex with her. I don't ever feel an emotion having sex. It's like I will rub your clit and I will nut, and then like that's it. Like it's strictly transactional. Like that's it. But it's like, I don't know. I just don't feel any emotion with like intimacy at all. Like I don't.
Yeah, but you can't. Like, but because you can't. Like most guys don't.
Right, but at the same time, I think you're missing the point that it like actually gives me an advantage and gives like some insight. Like you could learn from that. Like if I see like someone who's like just like whatever, like I don't know, like they just think differently.
Look, there's a guy in here. I'm a dude. I would not forgive someone and wouldn't expect my partner to forgive me.
Again, that's emotional though. Like that because he's emotional.
But that's what I'm saying.
This is necessarily not the best decision. Like what if it was?
Okay.
Hold on. What if he told you, and you didn't need to dig it out?
But this is what. Well, that was the question. That was the question that I asked everybody in the chat. But this is the thing, though. Like this is a difficult conversation because
we're forgive her?
But this is a difficult conversation because you don't have those emotions.
I know, but at the same time, I understand emotions more than anyone in this chat, including you.
Yes, but emotions, you can't control that shit. Like you feel how you feel. You're sad. You feel broken. You feel betrayed. Like you're like, what the fuck? How could you do this to me? Like.
I understand, but I'm saying again, you're saying like I don't feel emotions, but in the same scenario, we also have to acknowledge that I'm understanding the woman's emotion. And I'm understanding where she's coming from by even telling me this shit. Why the fuck would my girl come to me and sit me down and tell me she cheated? Why would she do that? She's not doing that because we don't have emotions.
You understand emotion like cognitively, but you don't understand what it physically does to the body because you don't get those type of reactions.
Ignorance is bliss sometimes. It really is, you know. And I understand that like this girl. I understand,
and that's why
but I don't feel emotions. But I understand that this girl is very emotional right now, having to tell me this. I'm not saying like, oh, I sympathize with you getting another dick, but like,
yeah, but we're not talking. We're not talking about her emotions having to tell you. We're talking about your emotions after finding out if you were able to physically feel emotions.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think
because I think telling someone that you cheated is a little easier than being on the other end of that, having to feel that, having to look at that person, having to try to like make, even if you wanted to.
If I cheated, if I did make that mistake, you're telling me that you would rather be with a guy that didn't tell you, and you'd have to find out later on.
You just said
ignorance like a bad trait.
Ignorance is bliss. You just said it though.
Yeah, like, but at the same time, you're still with someone who did something you didn't like that you don't know because they didn't tell you because they're dishonest.
But you don't know. But you don't know. So it's like.
But that doesn't make it right because you don't know it.
I'm not saying it's right either way.
Worse.
I think
that's worse.
I think, but that's what I'm saying. Cheating is fucked either way. Whatever the reason was, why you did it, when you did it, how, if you said it, if you didn't say it, it's bad either way. I would respect the honest person more than the dishonest person. But I wouldn't be with either.
I'll take that.
I wouldn't be with either. That's just me. Someone said that's bipolar disorder at its finest. What is? It hurts to the core. The person you trusted betrayed you. Exactly.
But it's like fucking Jesus Christ. It's like no one you're ever with is gonna not hurt you. Does anyone in here agree with that?
But that's what I'm saying. Of course. Of course. We're fucking human. Of course we're gonna hurt each other.
Why is there a stigma? I'm like
because
if I'm married to someone and they killed someone, I'm helping you dig a grave. Like you fucked up. I understand. You explained it to me. I get the scenario. Let's get it done.
But that's not you. But that's not you betraying me. And our connection.
I would expect my girlfriend to help me dig a grave. Like, hey, I have.
But again, But that's the thing. You're not betraying your girlfriend. You fucking killed someone and your girlfriend's ride or die for you. Let's go bury this body. You're not
That's funny.
betraying her
That's actually funny. How's that ride or die? Because she'll help you cover up a mistake
because you're
and
not
risk her
betraying
own
her.
freedom. She'll risk her own freedom to help you cover up a mistake. But
There because you're
expecting
not
a cheater doesn't risk your freedom.
it's a
How is
different
that
it's a different emotional thing because you didn't betray her.
murder and cheating?
You didn't betray her. Girls, tell
Well, I
me in the
mean,
comments if I'm wrong.
to
It's
your
different.
definition, I did because I could get ripped away from you. So I did
This
betray
is
you because now you could lose everything that we built
but this
together. You
is
could lose the house, everything.
this is completely different scenarios. What we're talking
It's
about,
an
cheating
emotional.
versus
It's
murdering
emotional.
people, like
No, we're talking
completely
about
different. It's not
what we're talking
it's
about
not
is
on the
our
same
emotional.
spectrum.
No, it's the conversation is our emotional decisions, technically intelligent decisions. That's what it is. And is there a difference between the two? And there is. That's the conversation, to be honest.
Yes, but this is what
And
I'm
again, you
saying.
can say psychopath, but like I think I have a
Again,
unique perspective on it.
again though, would I help you bury a body? Probably not, because I would throw up and I'd be like, I'm not going to jail for you, motherfucker. Like
It'd
you
be
go handle
wrapped
that shit
up.
on
I
your own.
wouldn't make you bury a
But
bare. You don't bury a bare body.
so
Put them in there,
that's one
bear.
thing. But like you fucking betraying somebody that you
Let me ask.
said to them
All right. Let me
that
ask
you
you
made a
this.
promise to, it's a betrayal.
All
You
right.
saying,
Here.
"Oh shit, I hit a car, hit and run. Help me hide this car," because now they're like, "Okay,
Do you
open
think
the
drink?
fucking
Let
garage
me ask
door."
you. Let me. I just need a yes or no. Do you think drinking and driving is the same type of mistake as like cheating? Drinking and cheating.
Yes, you're consciously making a fucking
All right.
choice
That's
to
fair.
do
That's
something
fair.
stupid.
Okay. Well, let me ask you a question. Would you stay with a guy that drank and drive and he accidentally did a hit and run and killed somebody, but he got acquitted for it? Would you stay with him? See, you would because it didn't affect you. You see how weird that is? Do you understand
But
that?
but
But he
that's what I'm
killed
telling you.
somebody.
But that's what I'm
But it's
telling you. It's
but I'm trying to
but
tell you that it, just because it's an emotional
I know,
decision doesn't make it a right decision.
I know, but I know, and I'm agreeing with you there. But I'm
He made a
saying when,
mistake, you know,
but
but it didn't
exactly,
affect you, so it's
but you
okay.
didn't betray. Exactly, you didn't betray that
But
person.
you fucking killed a parent or a kid or
It's
something.
not my rules, Jack. This is just emotions. Like it doesn't make
Yeah,
sense.
but
Emotions don't make
no.
sense.
How can you say that, but then say like I would be emotionally
Emo-
affected by
Emotions
someone who was
don't make
honest with me?
sense.
No, I know they don't. They're retarded to me, to be honest.
It
But like,
doesn't make sense.
I struggle talking to my kids about stresses because like they don't understand, and I'm like, fuck, and like that's where I feel that barrier. That's the only time I feel it. Like my daughter was crying the other night because she broke up with a boy and got a new boyfriend, and that boy talked shit to her, and I was like, what? She was like, Cam called me a whore, and I was like, I don't. I was like, what? Like, I don't know what you want me to say. Like, you broke up with him for another guy. You don't think he was gonna say some off-colored shit? Like, you are fucking wrong for what you just did. You are in the wrong, dude. Like, I don't know what you want me to tell you, but you're wrong for that. Like, the least you could do is give him a pass for saying something crazy. You just broke up with him for another guy within an hour, and then you're like tripping that he said something wrong and crying about it. Like, why are you crying? He should be crying. You know what I mean? And I told her the truth. And like, it was a special circumstance. This guy had already broke up with her before, so I was like, had he not already fucked you over, I wouldn't have said this, you know. But I was like, I don't want you to think you're like right, you know, like you can't break up with a guy and then like get with another guy in the same class, and then like he calls you a whore, and then you're gonna come here and cry to me. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta understand where he's coming from. Like,
But that's the
you
thing
are not.
too. Like, but that's logic, right? Because I do the same thing. Like, if somebody comes to me and says, I know this sounds fucked up, but if someone
This is
comes
the
to me and
same
says,
thing though. It's logic versus emotion. That's what I'm doing to you right
but
now. But you can't get
but
there.
I know because for
At
me
least you
that like
acknowledge it.
betrayal, bitch, I know that though because I
Yeah.
understand the
No, I
difference
understand the
between
betrayal
running
thing.
on logic and emotion. Like if someone comes to me and says, "Hey, I got lung cancer," and I know that they smoke 2 packs a day, I'm like, "Well, you smoke 2 packs a day." Like,
What would you do if you were like, let's say your last boyfriend? What if your mom and your boyfriend fucked? Or like, let's say you had a kid with somebody and you guys weren't together
I
anymore, and your
would
mom.
beat the absolute fuck out of my mother and never talk to that guy again. And my
But you
mom would
would
be
you ever talk to your mother again?
No, she'd be eating out of a fucking
Really?
straw for the rest of her life. Yeah.
See, I don't think that's unvalid, by the way. I'm just like, huh. I don't like this. I'm not like that part doesn't shock me. Like that, it's like,
Yeah.
okay.
I,
I
I
can at
would,
least
I would,
see, I could see how that would be an emotional, like, offense to you, you know? An emotional offense. That's just a
but that's what,
psychopath thing to
well,
say.
but yeah, but
An
like you're,
emotional
now,
offense.
that's even worse, because now I'm like, oh, both of you betrayed me together.
Yeah, see,
Like,
that's interesting though, because when that happened with my dad and my baby mama, I didn't even like the baby mama part didn't even come into a factor. It was more like my dad, like, damn, dude, like what the fuck, bro? Like you're my dad. Like you should I mean, he was my stepdad, but he's my dad.
yeah.
But it's like
But like it, you felt it in a sense,
I
like in a logical
understood what
sense,
it
like, bro,
was.
you should have known better, asshole. Like that's my, like,
So you
that's me.
think so
You know
you
what I'm
think
saying?
do you think all decisions should be based off emotion, or do you think they're more beneficial to not be?
No, I
If we're
think
on an
that
island and you don't want to eat somebody, but I'm like, hey, these people are being insubordinate and we are running out of food. We have to kill these innocent
I'd
people.
eat them.
That's
Like,
insane. Do you
I'm
understand
stuck.
that? That's
I need to
insane.
start. Yeah, but it's survival. That's completely different. Survival instinct kicks in and shit. Like you got to do what you got
But
to do.
no. I mean, I guess you could say it's different with survival, but like it comes down to like emotional detachment. Like you're willing to detach emotionally from eating an innocent person before you're emotionally able to detach from like
Do I
your
know
partner
this
making a
person?
mistake.
Do I know this person?
Do you know the person your boyfriend fucked? Like no, but you know them
Do
more
I
now
know
because he
the
told you the truth.
Do I know the person I have to eat?
You know the boyfriend more than if he told you the truth. And yeah, you
Still,
do.
if I
You
knew
do
the
know the
person I
person.
had to eat, I
When you're
wouldn't
on
probably eat
stranded on
them.
an island with them, you do that. I would eat anybody if I had the
I
choice.
probably wouldn't eat them because I'm emotionally attached to them because I know them. If I didn't know
See,
them
but
and I was
that's
gonna
kind of why
die
I asked
and
that because
I
self.
had to eat a fucking foot or a fucking bicep, I'm eating that bicep like a fucking chicken drum because I'm starving and I'm gonna die.
I'm gonna get a little psychopathically manipulative here, but like, so you would eat somebody that you know to preserve, but you wouldn't stay with someone who will really take care of you and treat you right because they made one mistake. That's self preservation too. I wouldn't leave a girl, a decent woman, because she made one mistake. I mean, I'm not saying it's because I'm like a good guy, like, oh, I'll forgive you for cheating.
Okay,
It's like,
but
no, I just don't give a fuck at all.
you're talking about this mistake as if it's like I crashed your car.
That is,
That's
I'm
not the
not,
same.
okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah,
The
obviously,
spectrum
most times cheating occurs, it is not a fucking mistake. I agree with you. I do agree with that. Most of the time, that shit's premeditated by a long shot.
premeditated, of
And that would
course.
be a different scenario too, by the way. If the girl was like, "Hey, I need to tell you this," but like, and I
Okay,
find out
so
you
if you could,
if I find out you
it,
planned it, that is different.
exactly,
Yeah, no,
exactly.
I agree. But I'm
There
not
are
talking about. I'm
levels.
talking about a one-off scenario, like
There
really,
are
like a one-off.
levels to this shit.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's go to the level I'm talking about. I'm talking about a one-off scenario. Like it is just like the perfect scenario for you to cheat, and you just made a mistake. It wasn't premeditated. You didn't plan it. You didn't text this nigga for months. You know what I mean? Like it's like I'm over here unfiltered, but like you didn't like you didn't like you know it wasn't like you could post that, by the way, I don't care, but it wasn't like intentional.
I'm gonna have to split this into two episodes because we've been talking shit for
No,
three
that's
fucking
fine. But
hours.
do not bleep me saying nigga or
I'm
nothing.
not bleeping any of this. None of this is like,
Okay. And don't not
yeah.
post me saying that because like I just say that sometimes. This is
No, yeah, like I'm not gonna cut anything out of this
that will be
today.
very promotional for me actually, but I don't know. I agree. I think if it's like, if you tell me the truth and I find out like, okay, you told me the truth, but you were plotting this for a week, that's a little weird, you know? But I'm talking specifically about a one-off, one night you bumped into a guy. It was completely random. It wasn't planned, and you fucking actually made a mistake, and then you came right home and told me. It's like
I
that's
think
decent. That's actually
okay.
very decent of you to tell me, you know?
Here's what I think about it. And this is where we should go into another topic because we've been on this
All
forever.
right, all
What
right.
I think about it is we are all grown ass fucking adults. Act motherfucking accordingly. That's what I think. Don't
But
do
grown
shit to
adults make
people.
mistakes.
Don't do shit to people that you wouldn't want to be done to you. Don't like just
That's
be
where
a
I can't
decent
relate
fucking
because like
human.
I don't care if
That's
that
it.
happens to me. I see what you're
But
saying.
that's the thing. You can't relate. Like someone in the chat said, he doesn't have the capability to understand these emotions. So it is what it is. You're where you are. I'm where I'm at. Most people in the chat agree with me, but at the end of the day, we're grown adults.
But at the same time, you could
If we're
say a
dating,
psychopath.
listen, if we're dating in our fucking 30s, we've all been through enough shit to not want to go through more shit. Most of us are
That's
fucking
fair.
tired,
No, that's fair. I'm
and,
not even
and
saying
most
you're
of us
wrong.
don't want to deal with that shit.
I'm not even saying you're wrong. I'm trying to plant a seed. That's actually really fair what you just said. Yeah, if you're in your 30s, like I'm not trying to deal with
Like,
that. It's just
come
my
on,
preference. Like
come on.
I'm
We're
forgetting that you're
like,
38. I understand.
listen.
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume at I'll be 38 in like 2 weeks. I'm gonna assume that at this age, right? You've already fucked enough hoes that you can just keep your dick in your pants
No, that's
anytime that you're
valid.
out in public.
No, yeah, that's valid. That's valid if you're talking about like premeditating, but I'm talking about mistake. And someone just said
Like,
someone just said he's over here trying to justify cheating. Keep in mind, I'm not trying to justify cheating on my end. I'm justifying forgiving cheating. I'm not like whoever just said I'm trying to justify cheating. Keep in mind that I'm not justifying me cheating. I will tell a girl 100% the truth if I will cheat or not. I'm not justifying me cheating. I am justifying forgiving a girl for cheating. So don't fucking mix that up. Someone just said you're justifying cheating. That's kind of irritating. I'm not justifying cheating. I'm justifying forgiveness
yeah.
appropriately. I'm not justifying like, oh, I'm gonna go fuck whoever I want. You got to deal with it because I would. That's the way that was worded. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like it's clearly there's a scenario where I would also be like, fuck you, bitch. And there's also a scenario where a girl could be like, fuck you. I don't care. Scribbling money writer, like I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. You
But
cheated. Like
but that
those are scenarios.
but that's the thing. The scenarios are a part of this spectrum. Like it just is what it
But
is.
that's my point though. Is
Everything
that
is
there is a
circumstantial.
reasonable scenario where if it is reasonable and you're honest and it was a mistake, we can get past it. If it wasn't malice, if there wasn't malice
Some
behind it.
some people, some
But a
people
lot
can
of,
get
but
past
again,
it, and some can't.
but before
And a
we
lot
get
of
off
people
of it, I
do.
just want to, before we get off of it, I just want to point out that a lot of people will be like, oh, well, you can't understand that because you didn't have those emotions. But that also gives me a unique perspective. Because at the same time, my dad fucked my kid's mom, made a mistake. I forgave him, and everything's been fine since. My real dad was never around in my life, and I just was like, all right, this is what it is, and he's around now. Like I forgave him, and he's just around. I should never. No, most people would not have forgave my biological father for like the scenario. But I did. And now he's just a good ass grandpa. He's a better grandpa than my stepdad, actually, which is very ironic. So it's like sometimes you give people the grace of like, I don't know, like I don't want to say like forgiveness because it makes me sound like I'm trying to sound like a good guy. I'm not. Like
No,
I'm
yeah, but
a
it's
complete
but
piece of
again, like
shit. But
it depends. It depends. It
yeah, it's just
all
like
depends.
yeah, it does. But I think it's like, unconditional love means something. It's like, would you not love your kid because they cheated on their girlfriend? You would. You'd forgive
I
them.
would, I of
That's
course,
unconditional love.
but I would also scold the shit out of them. Like,
Yeah, no, I would too. I would too. I would too. But I'm saying
don't fuck around.
I wouldn't cut them out of my life. I'd be like, yeah, you
No,
cheated.
but it's also like act accordingly. Like my
That's where the
homeboys when they tell
personal
me,
emotion.
but like when my friends that are dudes tell me like, oh, I cheated on my girl, I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. I'm not like, oh shit, with
Yeah, no, and
who? Tell me
I
the
want to make this
tea. I'm like,
I want to make this clear. It's usually some piece of shit. Like cheating 90 fucking 9% of the time is just like a piece of shit act. I'm talking about a
yeah,
specific
and
scenario where someone just makes a
probably
mistake.
fifty
That's all.
percent. Yeah, probably 50% of it is premeditated, or some girl you already talked to, or
Way
somebody you
more than
know, or
that.
like somebody.
50%. Way
Oh,
more than
I'm
that.
just being like, I'm just
Honestly,
throwing
you
out
want
a
to know the
number.
truth? I think guys premeditate cheating way more than women. I think if you got a guy who cheats and a girl who cheats, and I had to put the house on it, I'd be like, dude, this girl was just out, and it was just like a fucking spur of the moment thing, and she has no affection towards this dude. But I think the dude actually plotted it out, and that's not no simp shit. I can't stress that enough. But that's true.
Let's ask
Like,
chat.
well, that's not a debate. Guys obviously
Around
premeditate
60 to
cheating.
around 60 to 70% of male cheaters are believed to plan their infidelity in
There you
advance.
go. There you go.
Encounters via apps or messages or whatever. And then for women, it's 40 to
Okay,
55%.
so I see. I was right, just off cognitive empathy. You see what I'm saying? I would have guessed way less than that. I would have said like 70-30 probably, or at least 80-20 or
I would
something
have
like that.
probably guessed less too. It's kind of even
Yeah,
almost at this point.
yeah, no, again, I just think that I don't know. It's like women cheat. I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know. Whatever, whatever.
Whatever. Cheating sucks, all right? But also, so does dating. So fuck it all.
But so does not being forgiven. That
The
that
fuck?
sucks too. You know,
You
not
could,
being
but
forgiven
you
for a
could, but
mistake.
look, like honestly, I would
That sucks
forgive
too.
somebody if somebody cheated on me and they told me the truth. I would forgive them. I just wouldn't be with them.
Yeah, you know
I'm
what I mean though.
like, yeah,
You
like
know what I
I've
mean though. Like
forgiven.
that is
Listen,
kind of unfortunate. Like my dad does
I
not deserve. Like here's a good example actually. My dad, not to cut you off, but my dad, my stepdad, he's my dad. I have his name on my ribs. Like I have Mexican writing on my jaws and shit. Like he's my dad. Um, he was a good man for 50 fucking years. He raised me when he didn't have to. I wasn't his biological child. He taught me how to ride a bike. Like he did everything for me, you know? And he made one mistake after my mom died when he was in shambles, and he never did that before. Like I had plenty of girlfriends around and all this, you know. My
mm,
mom died when I was 25. He never crossed any weird lines. He was just a good fucking dad the whole time when he didn't have to be. And then he made one mistake. Now, if I love my mom the way I say I do, I think, and this is a weird thing for a stepkid to say, but I don't think my mom even deserved my stepdad. My stepdad should have left my mom a long time ago. That was just toxic for him. I think that was ridiculous because I just is like obvious, you know. But I also look at it like this. I'm like, you've been a good man for 25 years of my life, and you've raised me, and you've been a granddad to my kids and shit. Like, and you made one lapse of judgment. If I love and my dad was with my mom up until she died, and then right when she died, that's when he did some weird shit. And it's like, if I love my mom the way I say I do, then I will just I will give you the benefit of the doubt. 100%. You know what I mean? I will assume in this moment. And that's what I'm saying. It does matter on context too. It's not like if you just get with someone I do it, it's like just forgive them. I'm not saying that. I'm saying the context does matter in every situation with race,
mm.
cheating, relationships, women, female, Republican, Democrat, whatever the fuck it is. Context matters. So it's like you were a good guy for 50 fucking years and you took care of my mom till death do you part like you said you would. And then you did something to me and I'm going to be over here and I'm going to condemn you for it, but it's like but at the same time you took care of my mom till she died and then you did something
But
that like
that's, but that
personally
goes
would
back
have hurt my
to,
feelings.
but that
It's
goes
just like
back to emotion and logic and shit, right? Like your stepdad was clearly grieving the death of your mom. And
right
when
and I
you
can
are that
understand and I don't
emotional,
have
you're irrational. Like,
right.
but that's why I
So
said
that is a
emotions don't make
mistake.
sense. Okay.
And that's my thing. I don't have them, but I understand that they don't make sense. Do you see what I'm
But
saying? So I'm
but
actually
that's
more logical than someone
yeah.
without with emotions.
But
I'm more
it
logical than
was
someone with emotions.
your choice to forgive him, and it was your choice to
Yeah, it
continue
was the
having a
right choice.
relationship, and it was
It
your
was the
choice to
right
continue
choice.
having a relationship with him. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it
Like
would it would.
everybody
It,
has the right to say I forgive you or I don't, and you can live with that
No, yeah,
on
no,
your. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
not saying like you
So
don't like you have to agree with it. I'm not saying it's crazy if you don't. I'm just saying it's just like I'm just trying to shed light on it that it's not an intelligent decision, it's an emotional decision. And they're not always the same thing. And you can't just be like, "Oh, you're a psychopath, so you don't know, so that's wrong." It's like, well, it could be right. You
yeah,
could take a note from it or you could take a note or two from it. Because if I make a mistake with one of my kids in the future, I might get the good karma of them being like, "Hey, man, like I know you didn't mean that. Like you're a good dad. You made a mistake. Like I forgive you. It's fine. And I'm not gonna fuck my kid's fucking baby mama. But if I did, I would hope that he would forgive me because if it wasn't personal, if it just wasn't, you know. And that's
but
just the
you
way I looked
see,
at my real dad.
but you
I almost
have
shot him in
like
the
that,
head, by the way. I put a
but
gun to his head while he was sleeping, and I thought about it, but I just did. I just woke him up and I talked
But
to him about it.
you have that awareness to even say, I'm not gonna fuck my kids' girlfriends. Like you know that that's
But
wrong.
that's because I understand the cognitive empathy of it. I know how that
But
would
like,
affect my child, you know?
but
But
that's
I care more
yeah,
about my child than I do a girl. So I might cheat on a girl before I would fuck over my
right.
kid. But that's just
Exactly.
true.
But that's also how it is in relationships. Like you know that it's gonna affect your partner. Whether you tell
True.
the truth or not, whether you tell them up front or whether they find out later or whether they never find out, like you know it's gonna affect them. So it would be the same
Yeah.
thing as like I'm not gonna hurt my kid. I know it's gonna affect them. I shouldn't hurt my partner. I know it's gonna affect them.
But
Mistake
at
or
the
not
same
mistake.
time, if we were dating, you would totally forgive me for drinking and driving, even though I could have hurt a kid and I made a conscious decision and it was, you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
you
but
would,
like I would
but
rip you a new ass for drinking and driving because I'd be like, you
right.
fucking idiot. I don't
But
drink.
you
Like,
wouldn't,
why
but
didn't you call me to go get you? Like,
right. But you wouldn't leave me the way you would if I cheated on you, which means that it's actually very selfish.
yeah, but emotions
It's
don't make
very,
sense. And you're
yeah,
not
no, I know.
betraying
But
me.
that's what I'm
But like,
saying. But I
let's
feel
just
like you're
say
saying that I don't make sense because I have no emotions. And I'm trying to say, I think I make more sense Because it's like...
Well, I'm not saying it doesn't make sense. I'm just telling you from a person
Okay.
with emotions perspective. Because I also do understand logic. And I know that it doesn't make sense to say, yeah, I would forgive you for drinking and driving, but I wouldn't forgive you for cheating, even though they're both
Okay.
mistakes.
I was about
And
to
the
say, wait,
spectrum is
what?
different. No, the spectrum is different.
One,
Now,
because drinking and driving can
if
hurt
you,
someone way more than cheating.
right,
You know?
but if you were drinking and driving and you did hurt somebody, that would affect me in some way. You know what I'm saying? Like, it
But
would
you would
still...
forgive it before you would cheating.
I'm not. It depends on the severity, like the spectrum. Again, like I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think
Like,
that exactly, and that's the way it should be with cheating. It does depend on the scenario.
but like,
It really
and
does.
also,
Usually, it's unforgivable.
I also feel that people should protect themselves, right? Like your own
Yeah.
emotions and shit when you have them. So let's just say if you cheated on me and I tried to forgive you, right? Like I tried because I love you so much and you're so good to me and blah 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 blah. And I tried and I really couldn't. And I tried and I really couldn't. And like it was just affecting me. I would just be like, hey, I can't do this. It's affecting me. I can't stop thinking about it. And now it's affecting me. And the same as if you were drinking and driving, if you hit someone, let's not even bring a child into the scenario. If you hit a person in another car and killed them, right? I would try to be like, oh my God, like, of course, I'd rip you a new ass for drinking and driving. And then I would try to be like, he made a fucking mistake. But if it affected me in the sense that now we have all these court cases, now you might go to jail, now the news is outside of our house, now we're getting stalked by the fucking news people and whatever, because that would affect me. And then I'd be like, yo, I'm sorry you're going through this. I can't put myself through this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would all depend.
But now that you said that, I have to ask you, well, what
Someone
if...
said these two need to fuck.
What if eventually? What if it didn't? What if the drinking and driving didn't affect you though, at all? And I killed someone else, and it was like an accident. And like, maybe, what if I was drinking and driving, but they hit me, and that's why I got off? But I did kill a person or a family, and it didn't affect you at all. Do you understand how that makes the emotion not match with the logic at
Yeah.
all?
No, I get it. I
Okay,
get
that's
it.
just that. I was trying to make sure you like
No,
realized that
yeah.
it wasn't
I
technically the
I under
right thing to be
no, I
emotional.
get it. I get it, and I
I'm super
understand.
against emotions, obviously. I hate it. I can't stand it.
I
Like,
get it, and I
emotions fucking drive me
understand.
crazy,
Like,
dude. They really do. They drive me nuts, dude.
I mean,
Actually, more with
I
men,
could see
actually. I
both
think
ways.
men are more emotional,
I could
honestly.
see both ways. It's just that what I personally like want to deal with that, probably not. Like,
Okay,
honestly.
okay, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I don't know. I just think like it's like I don't know. It's like
I just wouldn't want to deal with that. Like, personally.
again, like no,
Also,
yeah,
like,
and then, again, I'm not saying that you
this,
should have to. I'm not saying like, hey, I told you the truth. I cheated. I mean, by definition, that's more honest. You have to accept it. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you
yeah.
could definitely leave. I'm just saying like that's more loyal than like someone that you have to like wonder if what they're doing, if they're even if they hide a text from their ex. Like, I'd rather you cheat and tell me the truth than hide that your ex texts you, you don't respond, and you delete it. That's more disloyal. 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
I mean,
If
you're
your
doing
ex texts you,
sneaky ass shit. Like,
but
yeah.
even if you, but it's important that you realize that even if you don't respond, you just don't want, you want to spare my emotions. See how that plays in there again? It's like my ex texted me, I didn't respond, but I didn't want you to think that, so I hid it. Well, that's deceitful more than if you cheated and just came and
Yeah.
told me the truth.
I don't know. I'm just not like that. Like, I'm very fucking, like I said, like, when I'm with somebody, I'm just like with them. Like, I'll tell you whatever the fuck. Like, I'll tell you everything. If my ex texts me, I'd be like, oh, this fucking idiot texted me today.
Yeah,
Like,
you're very like my way or the
I'm just
highway,
like,
huh?
I just speak. And if you don't like it, then you could go. And
Who
if you
would
don't
have
like
thought
me,
in
then
this
you could
chat?
go.
Who would have thought in this chat that I would accommodate more than Vanny in a relationship? Who would have thought of that? That's fucking crazy.
Because Vanny has
Which
emotions. It's different.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like an interesting thing though to think like, maybe sometimes emotional decisions aren't the smartest. I
I
mean,
don't
like,
know.
like some people in prison, 95% of them, if they could take back their emotional decision, they would do it. It was like a 2-second thing, a 5-second thing. But I mean, this
Yeah.
is the thing too with psychopaths. It's like you're less likely, you're safer in a room with 100 psychopaths than you are with 100 normal guys. Do you know that? That's statistically a fact.
Why?
100%.
Hold
Because
that thought, because
because
I really gotta pee again because I drank like a whole ass fucking liter of water.
most murders are committed out of emotional reasons.
Really?
Yes, obviously,
Oh,
yeah.
well, yeah, that makes sense because
She
like
cheated.
psychopaths
She
don't have
cheated on
emotions.
me. That's one right there. Like, oh, this bitch cheated. I'm not gonna kill you because you cheated. Fuck. How do y'all not agree with me? Man, I thought everyone would agree. How come we keep having to pee at the same time? Oh, I can't even see these comments. Hold on. Somebody give me a good last question to ask her. I love that I'm just like looking at her podcast. I agree on a lot of things with you, but not cheating. See, okay, well, I agree that like a guy shouldn't cheat, but like, do you disagree that a guy shouldn't forgive a girl for cheating if she just really made a mistake? I don't know. I just think it's like I think that like a lot of girls just see it one way. They're like, oh, I can't agree with you cheating on me. But hold on, but can you agree with me forgiving you for cheating? If you really just didn't mean it and it was like a mistake that you made, how hard is it for you to get behind that? You know, I think a lot of you guys are just getting behind the fact that it's like I'm justifying cheating. I'm not doing that. I'm just saying that like I don't think it's a deal breaker. You know, it's not a mistake. Huh.
I'm
It's
pissing
not.
like
Then
a
like what is the
fucking
definition? I mean,
racehorse.
look, Google the definition of a fucking mistake. That is like literally what it is. Honestly. Again, obviously, most of the time it's
What?
not. It's intentional and premeditated. It's like saying like sometimes you'll kill someone for like it was like an accident. Like it's like most of the time though it's premeditated, but sometimes it's a fucking accident. It's like hey, dude, like I think there's a lot of people that kill people that shouldn't even be in prison. You know, like a guy that or for example, if you kill someone because they raped your kid, that's not a mistake. That's premeditated, but you technically shouldn't be faulted for that because you didn't have malice behind it. Same way as if I don't know. That wasn't
My
the best
dogs have
analogy.
arrived.
Yeah.
They snuck in behind me. Fucking
Damn, we're gonna have a
creeps.
lot of shit to clip on this one.
What do I fucking AI is gonna have a lot of shit to clip, not me. What do I title these? Because I'm gonna separate it. It's 3 hours and 15 minutes, so I'm gonna do like an hour and a half,
Hold
an
on,
hour and
hold
a
on. I got
half.
I got a nice last question for you, just to wrap it
Okay.
up.
All right.
All right. What if you could leave a single message that the world would hear? What would it be? Other than I'm right.
Oh, what about like I'm the shit, I'm the
Nothing to do
best.
with
Y'all
white
y'all
pride
should have
or nothing like
y'all
that.
should have listened to me, you
No.
idiots.
Hold on.
Everybody's an idiot.
If you could have a single message that would leave that the world would hear, if you could leave a single message the world would hear, what would it be? And don't please don't say anything about Hitler or white pride or anything like that.
Yeah, me, you fuck, okay.
I mean, come on. I mean, just
I don't know, I just have
okay,
to stop
okay,
talking about I
yeah.
just
You
gotta
don't
stop talking
support
about
Hitler? No, I forgot we're live. Whatever. Okay.
gotta stop talking gotta stop talking about grandpa so much. Um I just miss him. Don't do it. Don't. I feel your gravity. Don't fucking do it.
All right, fine.
We did so good today, you fucking asshole. We
I'm just
did
curious. What
so
is
good.
it?
Stop. Oh my god.
Stop
That's
what,
it.
dude? I'm not even doing anything. All right. If you
Banned
could have one
forever.
last message that you would leave the world, what would it be?
Do what makes you happy. Fuck what people think. I know that's super cliche, but like literally stop giving a fuck what people think. Like really try to not do that. Jack, turn your fucking head
That
the other way.
that's good advice. That's good advice. That is really good advice.
You should do a house tour for TikTok.
Fuck,
I think that would be hilarious.
they wouldn't even believe me, dude.
You should
You know
do
what?
a
I
fucking
need an
house
apology,
tour.
dude, because I honestly I need you to like at least acknowledge it. I shit
What?
you not. I almost answered this podcast in an SS uniform. I was just gonna stay on it the whole time and completely ignore the fact that I was wearing it. Oh, I have a whole get up. I was about to just answer it and just talk to you like
I
it
would have
wasn't a
just like
thing.
whoop, removed you from the
I should
fucking thing.
actually
Like,
do that. I should actually do that the next time and just cover up the swastika patch because that would actually be very like clippable, actually.
Well, yeah, if you cover up the swastika.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Sure.
I would put a piece of tape over, it, but it's like holy shit, dude.
My
I
fucking
just feel like
dog's just casually walking in the background.
I was like just wearing the whole shit. That
Just,
would have been hilarious. I have a whole suit, trench coat thing, and everything, leather trench coat and everything. That would
oh
have been
my
hilarious.
god.
Damn, dude, this
Someone
was
said,
our
"Don't get my
longest.
girl long as fuck, long as fuck." Like
Chino,
that.
ask her. I'm on a fucking mission to get her canceled. I'm on a mission to do it.
He's on a mission to
That's
get
like a trope of
himself.
us.
You're gonna get yourself fucking canceled.
Okay. I
I'm a
mean,
professional. I'm careful with
that
what I say. I think before I
you
speak. I
had me.
consider
You had
things.
me live on your YouTube. You're not that professional. You're not that careful. What the fuck? I
You,
just told you.
you,
You knew. You wouldn't even have been shocked had I hopped on here in an SS uniform. You'd have been like,
YouTube,
so calm down. Don't say you're that careful.
YouTube
That's not
YouTube
true.
and Twitch, bro. Fuck.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
Uh,
Twitch.
oh my god. I actually might just like. Should I just like keep
You want me to
this
put him on?
up on the? No, that's not what I
Oh.
said.
Oh.
I'll end this fucking stream right now. Don't end it like that. We did good for 3 hours. I'm not letting 3 hours go to waste.
Shit, you fucking not. If we ever do another one, I'm doing it. And you've
Maybe
been
on
warned. I said it.
Rumble. Maybe on Rumble.
No, fuck that, dude. I'll be like, no, I'll be chill. I'm gonna make it like, no, and then I'll just hop on here like, stop talking shit.
Just so the fucking just put the hat on like backwards and you're just like rocking it as a
Oh my
style.
god, I want to find it. I don't know where it is. I think it's somewhere in my closet.
No,
I'll leave
that's
it alone.
enough.
I'll leave it alone. I'll leave it alone. I'll leave it alone. While you're
Glad
calling
you
Hitler
had fun,
grandpa,
Jenny.
I'm at fault for this, and you're calling
You
Hitler
said
grandpa.
because you called him grandpa last time.
He is. He is.
That's why I'm saying it.
He is.
You're grandpa.
Rest in fucking peace, dude.
Right.
Everyone's
Well,
worried about
let's
Ozzy, and I'm over here like, damn, dude, Adolf, that's fucked, man. He didn't deserve that. It's not even the way he
my dog
died.
Adolf.
I'm not joking either. I'm actually not joking. It actually saddens me more than any other death I've ever experienced, including my mother. Like it's like kind of fucked up. It's like, damn,
Come
you died.
on.
I'm not fucking kidding at all. I'm not joking at all. That actually makes me more sad in a way because it's like, damn. At least my mom, like people like recognize how good she was. Like people don't even do that for Uncle Adolf. Like it's just like
Oh,
he
because
was
you're
like
saying like he wasn't even known for his true self and shit.
yeah, he wasn't known for just being a decent guy for German people. He's known for being a fucking animal like Darth Vader or something, and he just wasn't Darth Vader at all. It's like obvious, pretty obvious. I mean, he's credited for finding Israel via the Havara agreement. But
All right, we're
no.
not gonna get into this.
Yeah,
We're gonna end this live now. Thank you to everyone who watched and commented and interacted with us.
It's hard to believe you wouldn't forgive cheating. You just let me
Say
on
fucking
over and
bye.
over.
Say fucking bye. Say bye.
All right, I love you guys. All right, bye.
Bye.